What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Alpha Strand. I hope you guys are doing amazing because it's obviously a good day. So today I'm going to take you over my tips and tricks how I have been doing since my fat loss phase has started. It's been 7 weeks. I'm going to show you progress in my upcoming videos. So if you're new here, do like and subscribe. That's going to support your boy. So let's start our day with some liquid dopamine, some black coffee. Nothing gets better than this, I swear. So the first tip for effective fat loss, which I prefer, is having a weighing food scale. So this thing makes your life so easy, trust me. Like, you don't have to worry about things like what you need to eat, what you things need to avoid. So if you know your food, you know your macros, you can just have everything you want, and you just need to fit it in your diet. So do considering having a food scale, but I would suggest, like, don't try to be this guy. Want to say is that you don't need to be so specific about your calorie counting, because that's going to make your life so boring and it's very complicated. So what you need to do is, like, you need to have a specific macro set for your whole day, like amount of carbs, proteins and fats, and you need to have that from the foods which you love the most. As a reason, you can stay more consistent and sustainable. Now coming to the other side of the spectrum, what if someone doesn't want to measure their food every day? Or what if someone doesn't have time to do that? Like, does make sense, because not everyone is a gym freak. All people do want to lose weight, but they don't want to make this thing so complicated. So the best way to do it is, like, the main goal is to be in a calorie deficit. So you guys might have seen me in the beginning of the video, I was measuring my body weight. So I do that every day, and I take an average of that every week, so I can know how much weight I lost in every week, and as per that I manipulate my calories. So you don't need to be that specific. What you can do is, like, make sure you measure your body weight every Sunday, let's say in the morning, an empty stomach, and keep doing that on every Sunday. So just say, like, in 1 month you have 4 Sundays, so your goal should be like losing around 4 pounds or 2 kilos, maximum 3 kilos in a month. And if you're losing less, that's still fine, but make sure you can lose some weight at the end of the month. But if you're losing a lot of weight, let's say like 8 kilos, 10 kilos in a month, that's way too much, because that's going to put a lot of stress on your body, and even your lipid and hormonal profile is going to change. So make sure you stick to somewhere, like, I consider 1 pound per week is a good, but you can do a bit more in the beginning, because once your body starts getting used to it, it's gonna go slow. So the best part is, like, you don't need to measure your food, just have a bit less food than you usually have, and make sure to have a balanced meal, like some proteins, some good carbs and healthy fats in every meal, and include as much salad as you can. That helps you to fill up your body, it gives a lot of volume. And yeah, that's all. Like, once you start noticing your weight loss, you're gonna know you're on the right track. We're gonna have a good back and biceps workout today. So before going to the gym, this is my pre-workout meal. I'm just having some oats, bananas and a scoop of whey protein. I'll see you in the gym. Some more caffeine before the workout to just get cracked out, you know. It's freezing out in here. So now we come to the tip number 2 for effective fat loss, and that is increasing your TDEE, which stands for total daily energy expenditure. So as you know, like, the more we move or the more activities we do, our body burns more calories. As a result, the metabolism is gonna go up and help us to be in a more calorie deficit. So you can prefer doing, like, more walks, more jogging, or any kind of cardiovascular activities that you like move a bit more. So I mean, that's just the thing in the simple words. So the more you move, the more calories you burn, and the more fat loss you're gonna see. Now for the best part of the video, let's get it done. Woo! The body is all warmed up now, so I'm heading into my first exercises for the back, which is the lat pull downs, and I really love it because it's really isolate my lats and give me a proper pump and contraction. I mean, just remember whatever exercises you do, make sure to have the mind and muscle connection for better pumps and better growth.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy.
Then with the pull downs, they were like really heavy 5 sets. So next we are going to chest supported rows. So chest supported rows are one of the best exercises for back because they keep your body in a stricter motion. So you're just gonna use your back in order to activate your muscles. And don't be afraid to use straps when you go heavy because once you lose the grip in your hands, you still need a bit more push. So with the help of straps, you can still do more heavy and make more weights.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
So we are done with the back workout. Now we're going to train some biceps. We're going to start with some basic barbell curls. You don't need to go too heavy on biceps, but you just need to give them a good volume in order to grow. And remember, on any barbell exercises you're training, make sure to use protection. Okay, guys, practice safe sex.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
So tip number 3 for a fat loss is doing smart grocery. You don't need to be stuck to food that have a lot of calories. So I make sure to have my groceries in such a way that I stick to most of the vegetables, fruits and protein sources like chicken, meat and fish. So, and make sure to incorporate a lot of salad in your food. Like it's gonna be like so less calories, like spinaches and different types of salads, just to add a different level of flavoring. I also incorporate a lot of mushrooms in my diet because mushrooms are like usually so high volume and they have like so less calories per 100 grams. And make sure you don't go to the pastry section of the store and buy a lot of donuts and this thing. I know like they're really tempting, but during a fat loss phase you need to avoid that. So I had a very good pull session and I've done with my groceries for the whole week. Now coming to tip number 4 is having enough amount of protein. So the source of protein really doesn't matter, like it depends on your preference, what you prefer, like eggs, chicken, fish, meat, or even a lot of vegetarian sources that has a lot amount of protein. You can prefer that as well. The thing is, like when you're on a fat loss, you're already in a calorie deficit. I mean, you're eating less carbs and less fats. That makes your body go catabolic. I mean, you're going to lose a lot of muscle. So in order to prevent that, you need to introduce a lot amount of protein in your body. Let's say like 2 grams of protein per kg of body weight. I'm around 86 kilograms now, so I'm having 180 to 200 grams of protein. That's still on the higher side, but it fits my macros and calories, so I keep it in my diet. And scientifically speaking, protein is more thermogenic. So let me explain it to you in a simple way. So our body takes more time in digesting the protein compared to fats and carbs. As a reason, you stay more full when you have like good amount of protein in your diet. I mean, for a longer time of the day, you're not gonna feel or crave more for other foods. But in the same way, if you have like more insulin and more simple carbs like sweets and easily digestible carbs, you're gonna feel more hungry in the whole day. So that's the main reason, like I feel like having a high protein diet in your overall fat loss phase will help you a lot. And being natural, you're gonna lose a lot of muscle when you're in a fat loss phase. Like similarly for me, I've lost a lot of strength, I've lost a lot of size as well. Like it doesn't look that way when you look at the pics, because fat loss is an illusion. I definitely look much better during compared to the time when I was powerlifting and I was much more bigger. But when you compare your size, when you measure your arms, when you measure your, I mean, muscle groups, definitely is gonna get shrink, it's gonna get smaller. So have right amount of protein, and that's gonna be number 4 for a good fat loss phase. So coming to tip number 5, I'm sure that's gonna affect a lot of people. I mean, it did to me. That is alcohol. Eliminating alcohol and any other kind of liquid drinks that has a lot of calories. I might not include no calorie drinks, but still that's not best. I would say like when you're having some alcohol or drinks or shakes and stuff that doesn't have any kind of macronutrients, that's just providing your body with empty calories. It's like it's fine once in a while when you go out with your friends, you party and drink, because who doesn't want to have fun in life, right? But getting drunk every other day, every other night, like that doesn't make sense. It's gonna block your fat loss so much. I mean, trust me guys, even your metabolism is gonna crash. Like there was a time before my powerlifting competition when I went to India, I was drinking a lot, and I wasn't eating that much, but I really put on a lot of weight because my metabolism was shit and I wasn't feeling hungry. It's better to make sure like you have your alcohol into a limit and not overdo it or overdrink. And when you're in a serious fat loss process like me, like in the moment, like I'm not consuming any alcohol and I don't even want to, because I know how that's going to affect my results. So yeah, try to minimize them. And same goes for soft drinks that has a lot of calories and sugars, because that's gonna hinder your fat loss. So keep them away from your diet. Just drink a lot of water, a lot of, if you are bored with water, have some sparkling water maybe. But yeah, keep the alcohol and soft drinks out of your diet. Now coming to tip numero 6, that is meal prep. But before meal prep, let me show some supplements which I have got from my protein, which I usually use in my fat loss journey. You need to consider one key thing, that is supplements are not any kind of magic ingredients that's going to help in your body transformation, let it be fat loss or muscle building. They just give you some edge and make your life easy. Just like if you have a whey protein, it makes you easier to consume more protein throughout the day and meet your protein intake. No matter what supplements you have, everything dials down to your daily diet, because whatever food you have throughout the day determines how your transformation is going to be. And that is the reason why meal prep is more important. Let me show like what supplements I use. So the most important supplement which I consider everyone should be having is a vitamin D3, because if you're living in a cold country like UK or maybe India as well, it's always found that people lack a lot of vitamin D3. This helps you not only in your muscle building or fat loss journey, but your overall health and fitness. Next comes zinc and magnesium. I mean, It's not mandatory, but I use it for good sleep and recovery. Essential omega fatty acids, omega 3s. You can consider, if you are a vegetarian, you can have it veg option as well. And whey protein, definitely, to meet my protein requirements on some days when I can't have enough of meat or fish. Creatine and glutamine. Creatine is a daily go-go on my thing because it helps to maintain your strength, especially during a fat loss phase. And I mean, it's not a mandatory thing, but it helps you to recover faster. Depends on how your days goes. If you have a, depends on your lifestyle, to be fair, because if you have a very easy lifestyle, like where you're not working enough, or you're not working very hard, then you don't need glutamine. But for me, in my full-time job and stuff, I walk a lot and I do regular exercises 5 to 6 times a week. So I do need around 10 to 15 grams of glutamine per day. And my favorite pre-workout or caffeine, whatever you may consider it, like depends on to push through you a bit more. Don't forget a multivitamin, because it's hard to consume all kind of vitamins from your diet, and now since everything is not organic, it's more hard. So now we come to the point of meal prep. So thing is, like, if you prepare your meals beforehand, it becomes very easy for you to have a diet in control. If you don't, you get stuck and you keep eating outside, or you keep eating here and there. I have been there, I have done that, and I know it. And you don't need to prepare your meals like once for a week. What I do is, like, I prepare my meals the night before, so it makes me easier. So whenever I go to work, I know what I have in my diet, and it makes it easier for my protein intake and to reach all of my macros. And yeah, I mean, you have seen, like, I've got a lot of supplements, but as I've said before, it's not worth it to have supplements until unless your diet is on point. Because even if you have one scoop of protein, that's gonna add up like what, 25 grams of protein. But me being around 85 kilos, I need around 180 grams of protein for my body. So I can't have that with just protein, right? I need to have my diet on point. So another simple cue for meal prep is start cooking more for yourself. When you do that, you know your ingredients, you know your macros. It makes it easier for your meal prep and to be in that calorie deficit. For me, I do cook everything for myself, and I do eat outside, but not always, until unless I have a party or plans with my friends. And even though when I cook for myself, I don't keep it too strict, because that's gonna be very hard on your journey. That is all about meal prep. Like, start cooking more for yourself and don't be too hard on yourself. So let me show you a quick video on how I do my meal prep. Don't forget your favorite spices, guys. Like, trust me, that's gonna make your life so much easier when you're gonna add some good spices in your food. So even if it's low calorie, you can still enjoy it and have a good time with the low calorie foods. So the final step is doing your laundry in time. Coming to the final tip for fat loss. I've seen many people going too hard on the fat loss journey. They push their limits way too extreme, and as a result, they fail the fat loss journey. As you saw, like, the way I cook my meals, I make it in such a way that I'm happy to eat them. And one of the best way to stay consistent in your fat loss journey is, like, not going too hard on your food, like not just eliminating everything from your diet. That's gonna be very hard. Like, I do prefer to eat the foods which I love. I make sure I don't use a lot of oil, a lot of butter. Whenever you're adding sauces to your food, make sure you're using things like ketchup or hot sauce, because these have like barely any calories. But if you're going with the creamy stuffs like the mayonnaise or like garlic sauce, they have like a tons of calories, like around 600 700 calories for 100 ml. That doesn't make sense. Like, just that's like empty calories. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, don't go too hard on your diet. Enjoy your life and enjoy your fat loss journey. Cheers.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting